Hello Taurus, thank you for coming for your spiritual ascension reading. I will be looking at what you've mastered, the upgrades that you've mastered on your spiritual ascension path, right? Through the chakras. And then we're also going to look at hidden aspects to your spiritual journey and other aspects to the reading towards the end that, it's also very informational for you to know on your spiritual path at this time. So hang out with me to the end to get all the information. I don't fizzle out. I steady bring the information to the end. All right. So let's go ahead and see which of your chakras and areas of your spiritual ascension you've mastered at this time. Typically just based on the 7 chakras. Obviously we have 100 and something chakras, but we're dealing with what I have on this tarot at this time. So we're bringing this energy to the 7 chakras. All right. So let's see what you've mastered so far. And beautiful energy. Some more solar plexus energy, more personal power. This is good. Yeah, a lot of personal power. You know what you want. You see a lot. You are experiencing a lot through your clairvoyance. Okay, that's underneath the deck here. But I have to go ahead and say that you've mastered your solar plexus to a level where your gut instincts is very activated, and you have that inner knowing going for you. You trust yourself. You trust that inner knowing, definitely. You sense things before they happen. Your stomach tells you. Sometimes you feel it in pain. Sometimes you just get, a shock in your stomach. You just know. Your instincts, your intuition in your gut is really heightened. I feel a sense of power from you. You don't have self-esteem issues, my Taurus. You really have a sense of great confidence in who you are. You don't have self-worth issues. You love yourself a lot. You're very empowered and fun and easygoing. Look at how you let your hair down. It's like you have nothing to prove to anybody. You're standing in your spiritual power here. And I feel like, on your spiritual path, if you have to do a ritual, you feel confident in that ritual. If you have to do a reading for someone or for yourself, you feel confident in the messages that come. This is what this is telling me, that you are filled with personal power on a physical level, all right, where you're able to stand within your own rights to make spiritual decisions that can change your life without probably even needing your spiritual team, any sort of guidance, because you trust in your soul's messages, you trust in your soul's power, and that is the power of choice, right? And you using your willpower and free will at your own expense. So this is like personal energy, personal power, sun vibration energy that you've empowered. So it's like you're not going to be second guessing anything. If you dreamt something and you felt immediately what the meaning of the dreaming was, you weren't going to be worried about what it could mean. You trust in your own intuition, and that is a very powerful stance on your spiritual path. And I think it's a very good thing, because like nobody's going to play games with you. You are driving the seat in your spiritual path, is what I'm saying. And if you're using your spirit guides, divine, or all the other spiritual entities, whatever is surrounding you, is because you choose to, not because you need it. So that in itself is like I said, self-empowerment, and you stand in your power. You've mastered the act of creating abundance for yourself. It makes sense. You're a Taurus. If you can't master this, then what is the essence of you coming as a Taurus sun? Okay, this simply means that anything that you need to do, any spiritual power that you have, with physical power and all the skills that you need to be a great manifester, is heightened, especially when the end game is money. All right, so money is energy. So spiritually, you know how to work this money vibration, this money energy, to come into your life very easily. So I'm not surprised to see that you are a master in this on your spiritual path. With this on lockdown, I feel like that's why you have so much power. In order to lock down this, which you are a earth vibration, mainly on the physical level with your soul, it makes sense that with all this power you will master your own number one skill, which is money. When we talk about Taurus, we're talking about beauty, luxury, money, earth plane, empress vibration. So am I surprised to see you master this? No. Am I happy for you? Very much. I think you're in alignment with yourself, right? You've also mastered the actions that are needed to feel good, to discipline yourself. You are self-motivated to go after all the things that you truly desire on your spiritual path. If it's upgrading a skill, you go with full force. You take practical actions towards all the things that you want to do to grow spiritually, and I think that is amazing. All right, you persevere through your struggles, and I feel like you love yourself. All right, you're confident in yourself, you believe in yourself, you feel good in your own skin, my Taurus, especially when it comes to taking the actions needed and trusting in your spiritual power to make things happen for you. And so I love that you've mastered that skill. Looking at your higher chakras, you know, your third eye chakra is open in the highest way. You've mastered understanding your dreams. You've mastered understanding symbols, the guidance, the signs, the messages that you're getting. All right, and that is a beautiful gift, because that is something that you earn over years of being clairvoyant. You still get confused by what your own dreams mean, and so for you to master this aspect, I think you are in a clear, and you'll be able to, you know, manifest anything you want in your life, any spiritual gift, because you have the direct connection. You are that messenger, that you are directly connected to the spirits, your own spirit, and you get the guidance directly. You don't need anybody. And even if you do listen to people like me and every other person on the spiritual path, you know, because that's the community, they are confirmations for what you already know, because you are highly open in the crown chakra. You've mastered this, you know, as well. I think you're in the beginning stage of, you know, this is reminding me of beginning stages of crown chakra. All right, so I think that you've mastered the awareness of spirit, and realizing that it's a teamwork already. So this is high spiritual gifts. You knowing divine is real, you understanding the spiritual world, the whole world around you, and knowing that we are all one. You understanding the spiritual process, you feeling, you know, your own power and connection to it all is what is going on. You've mastered this, and I think that that is a very powerful place that you're in, my Taurus. It's something to be really respected. I respect you for your growth and where you are and the level that you're on at this time. All right, let's go ahead and move on with your Ascension reading and look at what is hidden from you. Right, what is hidden from you, my Taurus, on your spiritual ascension that you need to know. You probably already know, but this is going to clarify things for you, right? So let's go ahead and see what is hidden from you, my Tauruses, on your spiritual ascension path that you need to know now. You have the sword, very honest and straight to the point, cutting down to understanding your intuition. That's what I'm getting from that. You got the stone, something about diamonds, and you understanding, and the siren. Okay, I'm going to read the excerpts to give us more clarity. Underneath the card, you have the crone. The crone is the high psychic magician. It's a very powerful spiritual vibration. So that denotes that you are highly psychic and you are really connected spiritually. So let's go ahead and get a little excerpts to what this means. So the siren is the temptress, the seducer, the female fatale, right? The female fatale. So awakened sensuality, absorption, and arousal. So I think this is talking about erotic energy, right, that you naturally possess. And I think it makes sense. You know, everybody can feel that sensual energy that comes from the Taurus, because Taurus are lovers, and that Venus energy is all about that physical attraction, that physical sensual beauty, the natural attraction towards things. And I think that it comes natural with you, and it's part of your vibration. There's nothing wrong, because everything about us is spiritual and physical. So even sexual energy, sensual energy is all spiritual as well. There's a spiritual aspect to it, and I think that's what this is talking about. The fact that you have this power. The siren calls and the world spins, right? So you have this pool with people because of this vibe that you have, right? So what we thought we wanted pales in comparison to the sweet allure of her song. You see, we find ourselves lost in a spell of desire and longing, perhaps even lust. Whether the thing calling to us is ultimately good or bad is something irrelevant. It's the journey that matters. All right, so this is all about your power to get people to do whatever you want them to do. You know, everybody knows the mermaid, you know, really it's like in Africa, you know, with spiritual folklores and messages and history, we know that we compare beauty to the mermaids. Okay, so it's a spirit, it's a vibration, it's a sensual vibration that is very attracting to the opposite sex. But you know, it is a spiritual power. Not everybody's got that, you know, that sort of attraction. Okay, so using it to your advantage, using it to attract people, you can heal. All of that, I think that you already know, right? Or it's something that if you didn't know, you can use it in the higher vibration to create a very good, you know, how do I want to say, like following, or do I say following, or like, you know, as to attract your soul tribe to you, you know, in all manners of spiritual growth. You know, having the power to allure people to you is always going to be a great vessel. It's always going to be something that you can use to your advantage, right? To help the people and to help yourself, to exert yourself. Okay, so let's go ahead and find this, whatever I can find. So the next thing we found is the sword, and that is about the knife, the blade, the weapon, right? So cutting through to what is essential, getting to the meat of the whole thing, getting to the detail of the whole situation. All right, I think it has a lot to do with truth and getting to the core principles of things and coming up with decisions on your spiritual path that are from both hemispheres of your brain power, right? Both masculine, feminine, the dualities of yourself, you know what I mean by that, right? So to use the sword is to decide, right? So your decision making is very strong, which we talked about. It's kind of, you know, emphasizing on this strong solar plexus energy that you have. The blade separates one reality from another. The choice is made and all else falls away. If you find the sword in your grasp, you can no longer hesitate. You see, you don't second guess yourself no more. This weapon requires a clear and decisive mind and a willingness to act. Okay, so you are in a very powerful space where you don't look back on yourself, and that's what this vibration, what is hidden from you, is pretty much sort of like coming through your chakras anyway, right? So let's go ahead and see for the other card. So the other one is the stone, and that is the eternal, the anchor, the rock, right? So steadfast, loyal, committed, and present, which are all words of Taurus. Taurus can be trusted. Taurus are stable. Taurus are loyal. Taurus will stay through the end. And I think that you're loyal, you persevere through any spiritual struggles. Your path is being chosen, you've chosen it, and you stay on it. You don't waver. You are committed to growing spiritually, and that is eternal. That is like, you know, you can be relied on. I feel like with this type of power and conviction, you can become a teacher, you can become someone in the public eye where everybody can, you know, literally rely on you, because once you've committed your soul to growing spiritually, spiritually and gaining all the spiritual power, I think you're not the one that's gonna quit, right? So then you can be the great teacher, where since you can be the rock and you can be the stone for people, they can always rely on you and know that you're not going to change, you're not going to move, you are not really, it's a fixed sign too, so you're not someone that's going to change from your path. If you say you're going to help people, you're going to do it. So that is a very, very powerful thing, right? So as an archetypical object, the stone holds psychic and literal weight, right? So it's repeated again. Its energy is one of permanence, right? I just told you can be relied on. Okay, concreteness is real, it's tangible, it's an earth plane, so it's physical. Your power is physical. People can see it's being used, okay, on this plane, and reliability, right? So that's what it is. You can be relied on. It's all your vibration, and you know what I'm saying, because everybody knows this. And so the understanding here is that the Taurus can be relied on, right? Taurus know what they want to do. They're on a spiritual path. They've committed to growing, and that's what's going on. No matter what, you're sticking to the path. No matter what, you can be relied on. No matter what, I think you and your spiritual team will work together, and your spiritual team knows you're going to follow through with what you came here to do, what your mission is, right? So that is a very cool assumption, a cool reality check for you. So because I feel like I'm repeating what you already know for some reason. It's not that hidden to you. It is definitely like a confirmation for a lot of you. Okay, so let's go ahead and see where your spiritual path is headed for at least the next 3 months, where it's leading you to, what you're going to be going through on this path, on your spiritual path. So I think there might be a difficult relationship situation going on that you need to apply wisdom and stand firm in your will and using your mind power, okay? I think that there's some discussions that need to be had between you and someone that is close to you, or a home situation. And I feel like you are going to use this ability that you naturally have to look at things from a higher perspective, okay? And that's going to set you on a course that is right in alignment with where you need to be. I think there are 2 things that you're starting off, a new beginning opening up for you on your spiritual path, to make more commitment to yourself, to love yourself, to follow your heart, and to do what you really want. And you are very much on track with this alignment and the growth that you're stepping into. I think there's a new beginning. You're about to start a new spiritual level, going to a different dimension, and that's what you are naturally on track with. But you have to deal with this issue first and separate yourself in a way, I think, because I see this is like this one is reminding me of dealing with a personal issue or a relationship issue, and deciding to choose yourself to fall in alignment with the new upgrades that are coming for you on your spiritual path. All right, that's how I'm seeing this. So you're making a commitment to stay on track on why you're here and what you're doing and the growth that you came here to attain on your spiritual path. And I think that's commendable. That's something that I respect you for. Sometimes you got to make that hard choice, and when it's time to grow and ascend, you got to be able to commit to yourself. All right, loving yourself and upgrading yourself on your spiritual path, doing things that really bring your soul joy, happiness, and feel loved and respected is the true path of joy and happiness and fulfillment. And I think you are on that path, my Taurus. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what practices you need to be into at this time to keep you growing on your spiritual path, especially with this new stuff that you're going through at this time. Psychic journaling, yeah, writing things down will be very helpful to you. It will bring you clarity, it will give you understanding and help you to move forward. All right, you have to strengthen the spiritual process through journaling, writing things that your intuition brings down. Let me go ahead and give you the instructions directly. Keeping a journal can be invaluable as you begin to notice how you are recognizing and differentiating psychic or mediumistic information from your own thoughts, right? It will help you to strengthen and know which one is, you know, psychic and medium. So that's pretty much there. When you commit to creating and using your psychic journal, you are actually making a commitment to the unfolding of your mediumship development, as well as your spirit and yourself. All right, so it is really about you stepping into this ability and making sure that, you know, it helps you to grow spiritually and gain more clarity and understanding of all of these messages and breaking it down the right way, right? So if I'm inclined to say that that's what you do, because obviously you have mastered the skill of understanding messages and the signs that come to you. So if you're already doing this, then you just simply need to keep it up. And if you're not, you need to start, because it will help you on the level that you're on at this time, all right, to get clarity and more understanding moving up in your spiritual ascension path. All right, let's look at the spiritual problem, obstacle, or challenge you're facing that you need to fix at this time. All right, so you have to practice more gratitude, all right, and more kindness. Okay, you have a lot to be grateful for. I feel like you understand that you're naturally gifted to use your power to easily make, you know, money come to you, to make strong choices, to understand what is going on. So definitely I can see that whatever you want to bring into existence will come to you easily. So you should be always vibing on the gratitude thing. And I think maybe you don't do it enough, because maybe some of you don't really think that it has anything to do with your spiritual path, but everything is spiritual. So if you're thinking that you're creating your wealth, or you're taking care of your finances based on just your own personal power, yes, it is, but it's not all just that. It is also a spiritual team, the universe, divine, your destiny, all your ancestors, whoever your spiritual team is. There is a combined effort. Everybody is helping you here. Yes, you may be the one that's making the decisions, the one that's in charge, but there's a combined effort here that you need to recognize. Okay, and that means that you need to understand that it's not just you doing it. So you need to be very grateful for all the things you get, that you win on your spiritual path, both physical and spiritually. All right, so I guess the bottom line is be more grateful, and say it and pray it, and let the universe know, let your spiritual team know that you're grateful for all the help that they bring to you, right? So let's go ahead and end your reading with the final advice that Spirit has for you, my Taurus, on your spiritual ascension path. I feel like it will help your heart chakra even grow stronger and higher in vibration, all right, if you just function from the gratitude, all right, even if that means that every day you say one good thing about yourself that you're grateful for to yourself. Okay, what's the overall advice you have for the Taurus, please, Spirit? Thank you. Self-love, right? So continue loving yourself and also being of service, because people can actually definitely rely on you. All right, so self-love, being in your own energy, trusting in yourself is the same energy that I got. They are just saying that they are happy that you've chosen to love yourself, because this commitment is a self-commitment of loving yourself and bringing yourself up and doing the things that only matter to your soul and your spiritual growth. And I think that's what Spirit is saying, that you are receiving a lot of love because you love yourself as well. All right, you're complete, you're bringing all that energy into yourself, and so that's only going to make you even a more powerful healer, a more powerful psychic, a more powerful spiritual being that people can actually rely on, because your cup is full. And that is what they're trying to tell you, and that's what they are saying good job for. I feel like this is like them saying good job, and continue this path, because that's where you are on. All right, you're on that path, that spiritual path where you're focusing on you rather than external factors. Okay, so that's all that I have for you, my Tauruses. Please like and share and subscribe and come back to see me. I always post your videos every Friday. Okay, so I appreciate your presence. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you soon next Friday. Thank you and bye.